Welcome everybody, Proton Lorcana here. We are excited. We are going to be opening up our first box of Attack of the Vines. Last night we went to a pre-release, got the sweet little box here. Um, got the old dice, which is beautiful dice. Unfortunately, they got the 6 symbol not like being the number 6, which is real pity because honestly these dice are gorgeous, but I'm still going to use them. And then yeah, so essentially we're going to open up just a box. We got 6 packs opened already as part of this, and then going to the attending the actual thing, we also got 2 extra boosters, so we're going to be taking 8 boosters out of the first box, so then we're just doing clean 1 boxes. So out of the 6 packs, I mean obviously we get the promos, which is pretty cool, like the box promos. We got 3 of them, and then the promo that we got with the Attack of the Vine pre-release kit was Pocahontas, which is actually pretty cool. I actually think that is kind of like it's obviously a good card because you get to play something for free. So yeah, excited to see how that card turns out in the meta. And then in the remaining packs, the hits are the Mother Gothel Epic, and well, I actually thought that you get to play it for free, but you just don't. So I was like, maybe, I don't know, who knows. But it's a cool card anyway, so we're happy to get an Epic. And the one Legendary we got was a Merida, which is actually pretty bonkers. Yeah, because obviously being able to draw a card when entering play is huge, but then you've also can draw more than one ongoing. So yeah, can definitely see some kind of bodyguard synergy with this. But yeah, interesting to see how that card pans out in the meta too. So yeah, that's what we've got so far in regards to decent hits. Nothing else above Legendary to speak of. I mean, we've got a couple of super rares and stuff, but you know, who cares? Really just after the hits. So yes, thank you Vault Games Clayfield. So we're gonna just open up a box here. Cool, so here's our box. Beautiful. Which is nice, got some cool art on there. Definitely prefer this artistically from the last set. I like the 2-story, don't get me wrong, but it just looks cooler and it's purple. It seems like the plastic is thicker, which is always nice. But that's pretty cool art though, you gotta admit. What else we got? Yeah. And yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take out 8 boosters because technically we've already opened up 8 boosters. Let's take the top 8 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put that away for next time. Cool. So just to repeat, we have opened up 6 packs and we got an extra 2 for attendance on last nights. So that would, and then the hits from it really are just the Merida and the Mother Gothel, and the rest of them are just super rares, nothing spectacular. So yeah, let's start this box opening journey. Stop. Wish us luck, guys. People have been getting some. I don't think the hit rates are as good in the set, but the money value is definitely up there. Like people are getting crazy hits out there. Like my mate got a couple of boxes, got an $800 Australian enchanted and $1,000 enchanted. So I might sell it quickly because probably it's overpriced. Who knows? But I think you sell. Yeah. So I'm relatively blind to this set, so I haven't done any spoilers. So I am going to talk about the cards and the potential of them. And so yeah, for the first video for sure. So yeah, it's got to be great. Nothing spectacular there. You just read your chosen character and they can't quest. Not really seeing that being anything yet. Each opponent plays with the top card of the deck face up with the Roz. That's actually somewhat interesting. You and another chosen opponent each draw 2 cards. Okay, well that's, yeah. I mean, in a rush aggro, that could probably, I mean, it's inkable card draw, so yeah, that it's got somewhat potential. While you have another honey in play, this character gets +2 resist. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool honey deck synergies. Oh yeah, just a 2/2 Mickey. When you play this character, chosen opponent character can't ready at the start of their next turn. Yeah, that is actually not terrible. But also, yeah, I'm not seeing that getting much play. Morph. You can shift any character on top of this character. Yeah, that's bonkers. Yeah, even the old morph was really, really good in green, but yeah, in purple, whew, that's got a lot of potential. I'm liking that card a lot. Got Todd. When you play this character, draw 2 cards, then choose and discard a card. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's that's really good. Especially you can take some more uninkables with this card, so that's really, really neat. Doug. When you play this character, if you have an item in play, you draw a card. Yeah, I think that's pretty good card actually. Yep, that's awesome for a 3-drop. For an item deck. When one of your Floodborn characters quests, sorry, I'm not ready. Ooh. When one of your Floodborn characters quests, you may move 1 damage from chosen character to chosen opposing character. Okay. Floodborn. When you quest, yeah, that's actually somewhat interesting as well. Yeah, that's not terrible. Not a terrible card. Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, this card here is crazy. When you yeah. So basically, it's a toy card. If you have another toy in play, when you play this character, if you have another toy in play, you may return an action with cost 2 or less from your discard to your hand, and then you also may play an action with 2 or less for free. Yeah, that is huge. That's a crazy card. There's, I can definitely see Steel being a Fire the Cannon, kind of the other card there that you discard your hand and you draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's going to be crazy card. Yeah, that's huge. And okay, cool, nice. And got it starting off with an epic on the first pack there. When one of your Floodborn characters is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. Yeah, that's a crazy Floodborn card. Typically those like challenge discard cards aren't great. In the past, people just don't challenge you, but like because you can in green, you can definitely you've got a lot of like high questing things that make you discard really. So I'm actually seeing that being actually pretty bonkers. Yeah, that's a really cool card. That's going to get sleeved up. Yeah, so that's good, great little first pack there. Sorry, get that in view. Beautiful. And then that's just the box. So we can put that like there and not care about it, right? Nice. Awesome first pack. It can be just our foils here. We're really going to be taking our time with this one, guys. We're enjoying the process, not just speed running. When you play this character, each player draws a card. Yep. It's... I mean, for a 2 cost, the downside your opponent draws a card, it's probably not actually terrible. It's probably okay to play that. When you play this character, you may deal 1 to chosen character. Pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Uninkable might hurt it. A Rush 2/3 Donald Duck. Yep, probably never seen play. Piglet. This probably, yeah, I mean, it's good for a honey deck. Probably some crazy shift panic for that. Rush 3/1 and Quest for 2. There's a lot of Quest for 2 and up now that has just like kind of vanilla, even though it's not vanilla per se, but has good effects. This item, so there's a cheap item potato. I'm sure there's some kind of synergy there. I don't know what it is yet. If a character was banished in a challenge, you pay 1 to draw a card. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't know if that's going to be the go-to for card draw. This is a cool card. Temporary Panda Read Shift 2. So basically you shift on a panda and you have a 5/5. And then at the end of the turn, you get to remove all the damage and pick up this card. So you can just have a panda deck, really, that just drops 5/5s and play for 2 and heals. Doesn't sound terrible to me. That sounds pretty fun. Another morph. Happy with that. Okay, and a super rare. Whenever in a opposing character quest, you gain 1 more. That's really interesting. When an opposing character quest, you gain a lore, unless they pay a 1. So yeah, that's gonna stop aggro for sure. It's, yeah, I really don't know what to think of that. I don't think it's horrible for sure. I think it's a good effect. Yeah, not too sure what to think of that at the present moment. But it seems good. All right, so with the legendary, what do we got here? Wood and Buzz Lightyear, best buddies. Shift 5, you may put this on top of Woody or a Buzz Lightyear. When you play this character, if a chosen opponent has more cards in their hand, draw cards until they have the same number. And whenever this quest, you may play 2. Yeah, that's just a solid card, because for 5, you're getting a 4/4. You're upgrading a Woody or a Buzz. It's a toy. It draws cards, and you get to quest for 3 and play something for 2 for 3. Yeah, that's crazy good card. That's going to be, and it's inkable. So yeah, that toy deck's just got incredible for sure. With that card alone, that's really cool. Great picture too. So you gotta love the thematic on that one. Let's give that a spot that it deserves. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. Nice. All right, and for the foil, when you play this character, you may pay 2 less for the next character named Ellie. Okay, so yeah, that's obviously some synergy there with a 1. Maybe there's a 2-drop Ellie freaking sign, but yeah, it was interesting little synergy potential there. Put that in the foil pile. All right, that's a nice pack. Really happy with that Woody and Buzz legendary. Kind of reminds me of what's that card? Clarabelle. Yeah, it's a very, very fair Clarabelle would be the way to put it. while you have a character named Bell in play, this character gets +2. Yeah, that's probably never seen play unless you do like some crazy beast shift and beast and Bell. I know there is one for that, but maybe. Put chosen item or location into its player's ink bell. Okay, a 3-cost song that does it, that's gonna see some play for sure. Might be like if there's some crazy items or locations, you might see a 2 of tech of this. It's probably going to be good against dogs, but then probably dogs just doesn't play Chromacon anymore. Who knows? But it's always a tough one. Item removal in decks. Most decks just struggle to find spots or just trying to do something else instead. When you play this character, each player draws a card. So yeah, that's really good for like an aggro yellow deck. Giving your opponent another card doesn't matter. Giving yourself one is huge. Okay, I'm actually loving this stitch a lot because it's got a 3 health on it, and also I just love the shift stitch. You play whenever you play like a 1 or a 2 cost, you get to draw a card if it goes sideways. That's always like probably the first deck I'm going to try and build and improve, and so yeah, and it's just a pretty picture. Like, let's not lie, that's just absolutely gorgeous. A 6/6 ward, yep, probably I hate ward personally. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's probably going to be better cards than this for 6, but it's still not terrible if you're going to build a ward deck. Miko, cute card, like people will never fails really. This Hades is probably, in my opinion, way better than the Winfried one, even though the Winfried ward one is a 6/6. I think the fact that this has 3 and you can kind of make a deck now that stacks ward characters and just sort of does its thing whenever it wants is kind of cool. I've always wanted to do an all ward deck. Another Sun Yi. Carl's House. Once during your turn, you may move a character from here to another location for free if you do. Yeah, that's crazy card. Because there's that green card that you can draw a card whenever you move things, and the old pirate there. I'm pretty sure that survived rotation. Chosen character from here to another guy. Yeah, that also is crazy in Infinity if you were going to do the Sugar Rush Speedway deck. For sure. I think, yeah, there's some correct, like red is already really good for locations, and this is just going to open up a lot of things, and you get lore just by moving something for free. Yeah, that's a crazy card. It's probably a green red kind of thing there. I'm seeing. All right. When you play this character and when he quests, each player reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a character card, they put it into their hand, otherwise put it on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's still just like aggro yellow, keep drawing. Like, that was kind of always like the weakness. But it seems like there's a lot of yellow that just keeps drawing kind of thing. So, happy days for yellow fans. I personally hate yellow. And funny story, I never played a yellow deck for like maybe the first year that I played Lorcana. And then I can't remember. I think I ended up doing like a princess support deck, and then that was like the first time I played yellow. I just hated Steel Song. Okay, so first, a broken pod. You can pay 1 to put a card from chosen players discard on them there. That's actually got a lot of potential for sure, because there is a lot of like things out of discards now, and it's always the way that happens with card games. But yeah, that's got potential. I like that card. Nice. So that was a pretty interesting pack. We just got like a super rare. Not terrible. Rare. Gonna hopefully be able to speed through this a bit more, that we've seen some of the cards, but I do want to talk about deck building and the new set cards for all those people that haven't seen the cards or just are learning. When you play this character, if there's a song in your discard, you gain a lore. and his big stat body. It gains a law upon entry. I mean, a purple-yellow deck probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's got potential. When an opponent chooses this character for an action or ability, they choose and discard a card. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it. I mean, it's a body with 2 lore that hits back for 3, so maybe. I love this, Yzma. I think this is crazy because it's essentially 3 lore. Because when you play it, your opponent loses a lore, and then when you quest with it, you're getting 2. So I'm actually seeing this as a potential card there. Alert 3/4 that quest for 2. That's gonna see play for sure. Maleficent 1-drop. I think maybe if there's a shift, here's the potato. Once during your turn, when you play a song, you may ready this character. If you do, she can't quit. Okay, so you can just ready after you play a song. There's a lot of cards that do that kind of already. This card is actually bonkers because there is a lot of really good uninkable cards. So you can now, in green, just play 4 of these and just say, I don't care about uninkability. And you're getting an evasive. So, and it's inkable. Yeah, crazy good card. Honeydex gets a honey card draw for 2. These cards never really pop off, to be honest. There's been a lot of these, like if it's a puppy or character, you know, all that kind of stuff. They never, but maybe. If you have 5 or more cards, you can go, this character gets +2 lore. You know, I don't think that's seeing play unless there's a shift. Maybe an aggro kind of deck that might. All right, so here we go. Horn King. Yeah, I actually love this card. I think it's probably like one of those cards that you have a 2 of in your deck. While this character is exerted, you may play characters from your discard. If you do, they enter play exerted. So you can, obviously yellow purple's got a lot of potential here with that the Merida there. But the fact that you can like play, it's like card draw really. This is like reverse card draw, playing cards from your discard. Obviously it's got to sit there for a turn. I think it's incredible. I don't know how ramp is looking. I haven't, but obviously I can see a blue yellow really abusing this with Hades. Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great card. That's really, really good hit. Let's move down the rears. Oh wait, what have I got here? I got more rears here. Yeah, you can go there. Oh, because I got super rears. That's what it's supposed to be. Right, cool. You can go there. Rears can go there. Super rears can stay over all those rears into rears. And we'll give this legendary its space that it deserves. And oh, cool, awesome. Whenever you play this or another Floodborn character, you may banish chosen item. Okay, I actually think that this is incredible. A quest for 2. The other alternative is the 3-drop in yellow that when you play it, it gets rid of the item as well. But I think the fact that you can keep getting rid of items and also that you've got the Mulan shift potential here, I'm seeing this being a really, really, really good card for, yeah, everyone loves a shift Mulan deck. So that's a great hit. It's going to take #1 spot, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's put that up there. Let's move that over there. We don't really need. We're taking our time here. We're having fun, guys. Like, we are cracking packs at the slowest of paces. We are talking about possible awesomeness of cards. We are just doing it. Absolutely doing it. It's probably worthwhile to chuck that there. Why not? Now let's showcase the cards that we've got ever so slowly pulling. Hope you guys have been enjoying this set. This is actually a fun set to open. It was a crazy set. I come into sets blind, because I just want to like enjoy them. Especially like, yeah, like it's like a new toy kind of thing. And yeah, this one has been probably one of the more complicated ones to come into blind, but it's definitely not terrible. Right, we're not going to talk about cards that we've already talked about. Mudder, whatever. Dash Par, I know that there's some shifts things. We know that's a good card. Okay, that's a Floodborn for 1. Alright, so you can make a Floodborn deck. I think there is other things. Yeah, Floodborn, you can choose items. Okay. Alright, so things just get +1. I mean, a 1-drop that gives synergistic things +1. It's kind of crazy. Vanilla 6/7. No, you're not going to get anything. That's Toz. It's great. Doug. Yep, we've already spoken of that. Rapunzel's Tower. Your Floodborn characters get +2. I just think these tower. Is that a reprint? No, it's not a reprint, is it? These different kind of Rapunzels. I don't see these extra health things ever being a thing. I've seen people try to use it so many times, and I'm just like, bro, just play another creature. Chosen character gets +1 lore and support this turn. I mean, maybe in a blue-green Todd deck, that's actually kind of incredible. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Charles Muntz. When you play an item, look at the top card of your deck, put it on the top or the bottom of your deck. When you have this quest, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a character card named Kevin, you may reveal it and put it into your hand to gain 3 lore. Otherwise, put it on the top of the bottom deck. So you're just looking for Kevin to get 3 lore. Kevin item deck. Okay, so there's something going on there. Don't know what it is yet, but there is definitely something going on there. And a foil Peter Pan, which is pretty cool. I think they've done a better job with the foils in this one. They kind of like almost dulled them down a little bit. But they've kept their shape and they're a little bit more orangey in hue, because there's nothing worse than just getting a foil and it's already foiled up. So I actually appreciate the change that they've made there. Yeah, I used to like the older sets where they had tactical foiling. Sometimes the foiling was so bad though that you couldn't even tell. You couldn't even tell what it was or if it was foil. But you could see some really cool stuff. Like they would make some choices. This card here is crazy and sealed. I don't think it's ever seen play. Apart from that, Diablo. Maleficent. So you can make a Maleficent deck now. That's cool. Maleficent. Yeah, I like that. Rush 2/3. Yeah, no. Chosen character gets -3 for an action. Like, yeah, there's some purple. I mean, red. Some red action decks, I guess. I mean, blue red action decks that could probably maybe see that during your turn when you discard this card. Yeah, so this card here I thought was actually bonkers, but there is like a 1-drop. Yeah, there is some discardy stuff that, and so you could potentially draw, discard for quite cheap, and then play this, so you're not missing out anything by discarding anymore. So that's actually probably like a self-discard deck is got potential. Yeah, I mean, this is a good example of it. Like, but turn 5 play, you're doing this and discarding that to play 2 creatures and draw 2 cards. Doesn't sound bad, actually. Doesn't actually sound bad at all. You're paying 5 to draw 2 cards and play 2 creatures. Yeah, that's gonna see. There's gonna be something, I think. Rapunzel's Tower. Just a vanilla 3/3. See, these 3/3 vanillas are just like stats have just gone up so much in this set, in each set, really. All right, what do we got here? Omnidroid. Interesting robots, actually. Resist 2, 8, shift 6. When you shift this character, you may return all cards under it to your hand. When you shift this character, you can return all cards under. I mean, you can just keep inking. You may, yeah, that's doesn't seem terrible to me. There is some there's you can just keep playing the robots over and over again with the there's something there. This card's crazy. Combo shift. I actually don't know how that works. Someone played it last night where they just put it on top of like one Sully, and it really screwed me up. But now that I'm thinking about it, if it's combo shift, you may pay for. It's a pretty card. You may pay for to play this on top of one of your characters named Sully. One named Boo, or one of each. You may play this on top of one of your characters named Sully, one named Boo, or one of each. I don't get that. So here's a Sully. Here's a Boo. Or one of each. Does that mean you have to do it under 2? Like you have to put 2 under it? Like you have to have Sully and Boo to play this? Or can you just do it under 1? Combo shift. You may pay 4 to play this on top of one of your characters named Sully, one named Boo, or one of each. One of each. Okay, so you can protect 2 of your things, I guess is what it is. So you can go, I'm going to protect 2, or you can just shift. I'm assuming you can shift just one time. That's pretty cool. Shift 4 for a 6/5 isn't terrible. When you have 5 or more cards in there, it gets +2. Yeah, that's actually. I am seeing potential with this card for sure. Just don't know how good aggro is going to be. We might just stick that in the. That's really a promo pile, so let's give a promo pile here. Let's go there. It's the normal foils. Do we only have like. No, we've got more. Sorry guys, just want to get organised here. I like having little piles of things in order and stuff. Cool, yeah, Sully and Boo, interesting card, huh? I think the fact that it's like the real thing that got me last night was that once it's banished, the cards under them, you may play those characters from your discover free. Yeah, so you could just literally just. It's like the thing with shift that was bad in the past was that if it died, you'd almost 2 for 1 yourself, but because that means that you're not, that means that you can play them for free. It's kind of incredible. Mike, when you play this character, you can play 2 to give character +1. So you can definitely see yellow sticking to its yellow aggro roots there for sure. Vanilla 6/5, yep, that's not going to be doing anything either. Focus search, character name Kevin or an RM card, interesting. Miko, Buzz. I think this. I mean, for 3, you're getting a 4/4 now, and it's toy. Yet that's going in, and that's going in a toy deck for sure. When this character quests, banish him. Yeah, nah, sorry, that's not it. I mean, a 1-drop that quests for 2, but like a 1-off. I mean, it's pretty. If you discarded the card, new Sully, when. So you can exert all your ink to give this rush, or you can get it later. Yeah, that's pretty good for the shift for sure. Windstorm, deal 1 to each opposing character and location. Then deal 2 to each opposing character with evasive, and each location with evasive. So that's essentially a 3 damage sweeper for 4. I mean, they've had something like this before, and it never saw play. And I think it cost 4. I think people look. I mean, if you're scared of, if you're not playing evasive, then you kind of can play this card. And obviously, Marita. There's something to doing 3 damage to everything for sure, and the fact that it is 1. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on this. I think there's enough alert. Maybe if you're playing this action for free deck, then that's crazy card. But if you're playing it for free, then you're already winning, aren't you? So I'm not sure. Guys. Evasive. While all cards in your ink are exerted, I actually think this is kind of bonkers. It was good in. In sealed, and when you think about it, quite often it's pretty easy to have to always have your ink exerted, because you pretty much play on curve and read anyway. So yeah, and the fact that it's permanently evasive, I think it's good. I think it's actually really, really good. I like it. And then a foil sharer, so yeah, it's a bit of a bust on that one, isn't it? Bugger. Alright, we're getting through these packs. We 3 legendaries, huh? 3 legendaries and 3 epics though. Kind of got to be happy about that. For a box set, it doesn't have an Uncharted. I don't know if you were supposed to be expecting Uncharted every box, but almost Uncharted is just like a cherry on top. But like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the start here. 2/2, another. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Singer 6, yeah, I love that. I actually think that Singer and Red is actually huge, because there's that new 7 Sing together that just banishes something that's uninkable. Everything that's crap. I actually think it's going to be a 4 of, because it's crazy to kill something with Singer 7. It's so easy to do, and you're not giving your opponent ink. Yeah, I really like it. There's your poos, so your honeys. While you have 2 or more honey characters in play, this character gets, that's easy. That's pretty good for a 3 quester for that. I said get out. When you play this character, you may choose and discard a card. If you do, return chosen character to their player's hand. Yeah, that's actually really, I think that's kind of good, because it's yours as well as theirs. So yeah, we like that. Choose a character, banish all characters with the same name as that character. I just think for 3, the fact that it's banishing something is bonkers, and it's inkable. I actually love this card. Especially if people are like playing 4. I mean, most decks are playing 4 of. It does affect you, but you can choose not to play it. It's not singable, but it's 3. What does it remind me of? Okay, it's kind of like that yellow card that you kill the evasive and you draw a card action, but that saw play because evasive was a problem, but also it's drawing a card. But I think that just banishing something for 3 and just saying cool, that's not a huge investment, especially if you can follow it up with like a 1 drop or a 2 drop like on turn 4. Yeah, I'm liking this card. I think it's great. Cusco, interesting that it's a big creature for a 5/1. I mean, yeah, I think it's interesting for sure. What do we got here? Paradise Falls. What do you have a character here? This character gets +3 lore. And yeah, so red with that other land, and you just go ping ping. You get 1 lore for going in there if that survives. Yeah, that's crazy good. I think a location that gets 4 for such a such an easy thing, that's crazy. Woody, well, that's going to be scary, I can already tell. When you play this character, choose one of the following. If you have a toy You may return. Wait, I've already talked about this one. All right, sweet. Wait, no. Is this just the same as the other one? You may return a character with 2 or less from your discard to your hand. You may play a character or less for free. What is going on? So you just play toys and you just never run out of toys. Cool. Awesome. You know, that's pretty synergy. Synergy. I think toys is just going to be one of those things now, isn't it? Like, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't become the new dogs. I mean, oh my god. You guys watch the Manila thing and everyone's just playing dogs? I'm like, cool. Cool. I mean, that's why Infinity is not great in my opinion, because it just becomes like a big thing. That something just gets way too nuts. And that is way too nuts. Look at the top 4 cards. Reveal a character. Put it to your hand. Put the rest. I don't hate that. Like, there's songs that do the same thing, but then the fact that it's one and you can kind of just slip it in is really interesting. That's probably not it. Milan, we'll have the Floodborn. Chosen character gets +3. Yeah, nah. Talked about that. When you play this character, you may pay 1 to banish chosen item. So for 3, you're now banishing items. Okay, so, and I'm assuming there's some kind of crazy Aladdin shift. Interesting. Banish chosen. Oh. Banish chosen character with 3 or less. If you have a monster in play, chosen opponent loses. You lose the lore and you kill something with 4 or less. It's interesting how they've gone actions being really good route. I'm not really seeing bonkers songs as per se yet in this new set, but I'm liking this new brawl. I think it's cool. And you could probably play it without monsters. Who knows? When you play this or another Floodborn, you gain 1 lore. So you get so you just have a Floodborn deck that gains lore. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Alert, crazy 3/4. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll still take the 4/4, but not horrible. Floodborn quest, you may move. Yep, cool. Family Magical. Oh, interesting. Magical shift. You can play this on top of one of your Magical characters. So I don't know what this combo shift is, but anyway. Once during your turn, whenever you remove 1 or more damage from one of your characters, put the top card of your deck into your act while face down and exerted. Just once. Okay, so it's new ramp. New ramp, and you get a 2/8, and you can give it a Dale on turn 4. Magical, turn 1 or 2. Yep, that seems pretty good to me. Go for the foily. This character may interplay exerted. During an opponent's turn while this character is exerted, your other honey characters gain resist. Yeah, okay, so resist instantly doesn't give resist to itself. It's still pretty good though, because it's going to give you the trade. I like that. I like that a lot. You're going to get a favorable honey trade. Could be a honey trader. What a fun set to open, eh? Like, some really intricate kind of things going on here. Lilo support 2/3, it's pretty crazy. I do like this resist 1. It gives me like the Calhoun vibes, and it's inkable. Floodborns just get automatic +1. Okay, and it's a Floodborn. I love that. You pay 1 less to shift a character on top of this character. So Belle has really cheap shift now. Interesting. Nico, Ward, Big Ball. Kevin, when this character quest, put this card. Okay, so this is a big quest that goes back into a hand. Maybe. Vanilla 3/3. Sing a 3. Sing songs. This character can't sing songs without sing together. There's a lot of sing together. I actually think this is actually kind of bonkers. Yeah, I think that with that red card, that when you sing, you can banish something. Yep, that's crazy. If you discarded a card this turn, this character gains challenge of +2 and can challenge ready characters this turn. Yep. Yep, that's going in a discard deck for sure. Oh, here we go with the legendary. Evasive. 3/2. When this character quests, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you may draw a card. I mean, I just love it. I love the art. I love that it can draw a card. It's not on entry, but for 3, it's great. It's really, really cool. Thank you, Ravensburger, for that card. Appreciate it. That gets a spot there. And then we got a Randall Boggs, Evasive. Oh yeah, we've already seen that card. And I mean, it's cool because it's an epic. I think maybe it's not enough contrast in it. Because yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty, but yeah, just needs a little bit more. Oh, because he is kind of like blending into the thing. So he really is actually blending into the thing. Maybe I'm just being overly picky. Because he is supposed to be camo. But that's cool. Cool card either way. 4 epics. Let's go. Let's make some room. Make some room for the eps. The epsilons. Do we fit the... No, we are getting very legendaried out. So let's move things across here and here. Here and here. Cool. All right, nice pack. How about those epics? We've got just as many epics as we do legendaries. Who would have thunk it? I think that's kind of a mini win by itself. Edgegal 2/4, whatever. Yep. Colonist. When this character quests you, move him to one of your collections for free. Okay. Item or location thing. If you shift, you give something evasive. Interesting. When you discard a card, play that for free. We know that one. This one is actually not. I'm not hating this card. Because there is the fact that you can heal and get lore. I mean, maybe just Ohana means family, but I mean, I think the fact that it gets lore is still really, really interesting because you can potentially give yourself 4 lore in one turn. I think you might even just be like a one-off. I don't know if you can build a whole deck around this, but who knows. Potato Shift. I love that. This guy's huge. I love that. Yeah, this is really good. This was really good to me in Sealed. The fact that it's inkable and it lets you ink on 4. So then you can start playing your 6s. I think this is going to see... you're going to heal something and ink. I think this might actually see some play. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, it's a Magigal, so that works with the Magigal. And yeah, there's that other Magigal that we just went over before, wasn't it? That 2/8 one. Where is it? The Magigal family. So it's a Magigal family card, really. That comes in, then turn 4, you play that, you ink, you keep going. Yeah, that's cool. Wood. I love that they're doing that with the theme cards. Going more tribal. Choosing opponent just chooses and discard it. So it's ward, so you can only challenge it to get rid of it potentially. And when it's challenged, your opponent chooses and discard a card. You can really make a choose and discard a card green deck now. I think that's incredibly valid. Sing together 5, play a character with 4 or less for free. There's probably some crazy lines that I'm not seeing yet. So maybe that's got potential. But there's been cards like that before where you can play like 5 drops and they never really saw light. So yeah, maybe I'm just not seeing it yet. That for the foil, bit of a bugger. Yep, not a great pack, that one. Hopefully the next one's a bit more generous to us. Be excited. Be excited. Yep. Vanilla. There's my Stitch. King Louis. I actually love this card. I'm used to have like that Mickey Mouse one, the 1/3 when you play it and it still exists, you get ink. Like maybe that is better because it's entry. The fact that that clapbacks for 3 is very interesting to me. When you play a location, gain 1 lore. Yep, that's not terrible. When you have no cards in hand, it gets resist 2. I mean, it's just a cool looking card. Captain Hook. When this character challenges another character, you gain a lore. I mean, it's a captain and it's a pirate. Like, there's some really potentially good things there. Your floodborn characters gain evasive and stun next turn. When you shift a character on top of this character, chosen opposing exerted counter can't ready. So you get a bit of a lockdown panda thing happening here. But you can keep locking down with the yeah, that's actually that's quite cool. Red pandas. Is the panda one that you can lock down? Nah, the panda one's that you pick up, isn't it? I don't really know. Aladdin and Genie. Shift 3. When you play this character, you may put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck. If you do, draw that many cards plus 1. You get to filter your hand crazy and draw another card. Yeah, that's a 4 off. That's a 4 off all day, every day. That's crazy card. I love that. And then there's the Ming Li. Holy crap. Holy Aladdin and Genie Batman. That's kind of. Am I imagining things? Like, I think any card that draws cards is crazy. This set's got some just power everywhere. Like, it's going to be hard to know where things settle in the meta for sure. I love that there's a Singer 5 for 3, and it's the 3/4. Meta Beast. No, we get item location is out of Pain. When you play this character, if you have a character named Pain in your discard, gain 2 lore. Yep. I mean, it's synergy. You can build around that, right? Like, I'm just going to have a deck that gets lore when I need to. If an opponent has more than lore than you, gain 2 lore. Someone pointed this out to me, thought this was good. Like, I mean, as a new player, albeit. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Not sold on it at all. I do think that's great. I'm not sure about Kevin. Maybe in a green aggro. Green aggro, obviously. And cast to remove 2 damage character. If there's a card under that character, they gain resist. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But I mean, it's free. Sing together, what do we got? Chosen player draws a card for each different ink type of characters you have. What? So you can draw 2 cards for 6. Yeah, so you're just drawing 2 cards. Like, I'm curious if it's like, if you've got that, a green and a thing, here's an ink type, that's a dual ink type, right? So that's a dual ink type. That's a purple card, so it's a single ink type. So is it 2 or 3 if you've got another green now? I don't know. Either way, that's not terrible. That's a great. I think that's a good card. And it's inkable, so it's like, yeah, it's like a poor man's friends. That's great. It's pretty neat, pretty neato. Russell, what do you got? Shift 3. Your characters at locations get +1. When one of your characters form or quest gain. Yeah, I lost to this in very hard in a game in sealed. Yeah, I think for 3, the fact that you can just get lore, um, you just get lore. You just get lore for questing. You get an extra 1 lore for questing. Um, so you just have creatures with 4 or more. Cool. Yeah, that's not hard to do. I like it. I think it's a good card. Think about, yep, actually that's crazy because I love it. I think that's actually a good card because I love the shift Tinkerbell on 4. I don't like any of the 3-drop Tinkerbells so far. Like I used to like the 2/4 one that you could draw and discard, but in the 3-drop slot, there's so much better things to do. Not so much in the 2-drop slot, and the other 3/3 evasive for 3 was something that I was messing with, and that worked. That was kind of cool. But I just think that might be just easier to slip in, and the fact that it quests for 2 is interesting and it's pretty. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like everything. It turns out I have no idea when I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna build whatever I get 4 of, or you know, maybe I just make a Horn King ramp deck first or something because that card kind of. I mean, it does feel like toys is kind of the way to go, but who knows? Like I want to build something good early, and then just play fun stuff, and then say this is probably what I'm gonna play, and set champs first, and then I'll change it around if I get a win. Um, when you play this character until the start of turn, choosing opposing character can't challenge. It's a toy. You can say something can't challenge. Yeah, I actually think that's good. I mean, there's a lot of 3-drops though that are kind of like already drawing cards and stuff, but it's still not. Cards like that have seen play before, that's for sure. Let's see. Do we have anything new or interesting? Mickey Mouse 3-5, not really. Up to 2 characters, items, or locations cost 2 less. Return. Yeah, well, no, that's not saying anything. Minnie Mouse, but 1. Yeah, there's a lot of shifty. I actually do like that goose guy. I think that's cool. Discard. Okay. You broke my smolder. Yep. That is going to be crazy in a green steel deck for sure. I mean, I just think this card's going to see play. There's a lot of like discardy stuff now. I like it. I like it a lot. Choose a character. Banish all character. Yep, there. Yep, we know that one. Gopher. This character may enter play exerted during an opponent's turn while this character is exerted. Yep, we already read that. Lilo and Stitch. Shift 3. Resist 1. So that's already bonkers. And it's got support. Yep. Welcome. Welcome to the fray, Lilo and Stitch. That's crazy. Yeah, I love that. And a panic in the foil. I don't know if that's a miscut or if that's what they all look like. I know they all look like that. Well, no. Some of them have that little side thing and some of them don't. Oh, yeah. So the characters have that little side thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. It kind of highlights the ink. And then the actions don't. They made some really interesting choices. Now, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we obviously need an enchanted or up to make this a really good booster box. Otherwise, it's just average, right? I mean, otherwise, it's probably not even good, to be honest. Unless they're worth a lot of money, or these are worth a lot. I mean, I feel like that probably is worth a lot of money, just because of the fact that it draws. So who knows? But I don't think it's a good box at all. When you play this character, draw. Not so far anyway. Ready chosen character. Each opponent plays the top card of the deck. That's actually, I'm looking at this and I'm actually thinking that it's actually kind of incredible because it's only opponent. So you get all the information you need. Yeah, that's actually good. Cetus, also named Cletus. Challenger 2, banish this item to banish the